Okay, a very warm and pleasant morning to everyone. My name is Khushi Kumbhare and I hope you all are doing good. Today I am standing in front of you all to give my reporting to clear level C. Because I have not been to any places recently and I don't have any memories of my earlier travels, so unlike others, I won't be sharing my experience about a journey, but instead I would like to share my views on a movie. So thank you so much, sir, for letting me do this. Last weekend, I was searching for a book to read online when I came across this movie called Voyagers. It spells Voyagers. So first I'll try to explain about this movie, how this movie is and what it is. So when I first looked at the poster of this movie, I thought that it is as usual a teen romance movie. Except it was not. And when I came to read the description of this movie, I just knew I had to watch it. So this movie is set up in the year 2063. It starts with a scene of few astrophysicists discussing about the hazardous climatic changes occurring on the Earth, and hence they decide to send a scouting mission into the space. For this mission, 30 humans, both male and female, are bred with the help of IVF, which is in vitro fertilization. These humans are kept in complete isolation for few years. They are taught intelligence, obedience, and they are kept completely unaware of the outside world and all the human emotions. After few years, they are sent into the spaceship, into the space. The name of the spaceship was the Humanitas. During this flight, they were supposed to intake a liquid called the blue. This liquid was given to them with their food supplements so that they don't feel anything and their emotions are subdued. The mission was to take place in 85 years, which means not them but their grandchildren were supposed to land on a planet which was just like Earth, habitable for human beings. During the 10th year of this flight, two best friends, Christopher and Zach, discovers that this liquid, the blue, was given to them to keep them manageable and void of any human emotions. And they decide to stop taking the liquid. Afterwards, all of the members of the crew discovers this and they completely disregard taking the liquid. And that is where the hell loses its broke. They all started not taking the liquid and this resulted in all their raw emotions and desires to surface. All types of feelings started to surround them. Anger, aggression, happiness, fun, sadness, joy, and they were not able to control it. They started to kill each other, wrong deeds were done, they told lies, and all the rules made by the company which sent them were broken. The male and female protagonist, Christopher and Sela, they both were faced with life and death situation fighting against the villain Zack. They were always taught to fight with the technical issues in the spaceship. They were taught to fight the outside space creatures to save their spaceship, but this battle was their inside. They had no idea how to deal with this emotion because they have never faced it before in their life. But then again, with great determination and sacrifices, they were able to bring things under control. And then they decided to not take the blue liquid and to manage their emotions by their own, as all other human beings does. So this was the storyline. At the ending, after a few decades, the spaceship, the Humanitas, reaches a planet which is just like Earth and it is habitable for humans. So they discover a planet which could save the human lives from the climatic changes on the real Earth. So this was the storyline of the movie, and about my views, firstly I believe that the pace of the story was very slow and even boring at some time, but because it was a new and different concept, I enjoyed it. Secondly, it depicted that it is very easy for us humans to start a conflict or an argument or create a doubt just because of our emotions, which I think is wrong because it is not because of our emotions but our actions and thoughts. And lastly, it depicted the side and supporting characters of the movie were either completely good or completely bad and weak, which is quite unfitting for me because I've seen many neutral side characters. But with an amazing cast and a small interesting twist, I think this movie is worth watching once. So thank you so much for listening.
It was great reporting from Khushi, and I would say that it was one of the unique way of giving reporting so far in this class. People have gone the journey or the bad and the good experience, horror experience. But this was unique, right? So, Kushi, what was the reason to choose this topic for the reporting? First question from my side. And are you movie freak? Second question.
Yes, I love to watch movies. Not the Bollywood movie, which we know that it will start with enemies and it will end with a happy ending. These kind of movies which give us different perspective, and especially about the real life world. And your first question was?
What was the reason to
Okay.
choose the topic?
Uh, Actually, I love to read books more. So books are like really big chapters and everything. So I won't be able to summarize a book by a great writer. So I watched this movie and I felt like I should share it with everyone. So
Okay. Questions for Kushi, please. Yes, Ajit.
First of all, you gave your marvelous reporting.
thank you, sir.
The question is that what did you learn from this?
I learned that it is very important, first of all, for teenagers especially to learn and control their emotions, because we work and act recklessly on our emotions. And secondly, if we want to go on this kind of mission and we want to do it, it is not necessary to keep our emotions at bay and be unaware of it. If we learn to control our emotions, then we would be able to take decisions more rationally. So it was not necessary for them to not to get them any emotions or to give them the blue liquid to not to get emotional or something.
Where you found that movie?
I was searching for a book in Google. I don't remember the name, but it was related to this, and it came in that suggestion box. This movie, and there were many more. So yes.
Anybody else, or should I ask? Mr. Amit, क्या हो गया? What have I done? All right. So, Kushi, the question from my side, as we know that the Bollywood and the Indian cinema, basically, if we talk about Indian cinema, so we are a witness of the plot, love, revenge, and the kind of things, and a happy ending as well.
Yeah.
While other side, we have seen movies from the Hollywood, like a Transformers, Harry Potter, like there are n number of examples. So, what kind of differences do you find in Indian cinema and the Western cinema?
I think the main difference is of thinking capability, because Indian audience, even many of us, they like to see what the Indian cinema is showcasing these days. They love to see that romance and that happy endings. But the practical people, they know that every ending cannot be happy, or if it is not, then it is. And usually Indians, they don't prefer Hollywood movies. They are like, kya dikha rahe, kyun dikha rahe, that is not useful in
They don't
something.
want to
Accept the reality.
accept
Huh.
the reality of mind. You can say that their thinking is very confined. They
Yes.
don't want to explore their mind and the universe or the world. They are happy with their small family, their society.
Yes.
But what is happening outside of the society, outside of the country, they are not willing to see the reality.
Yes.
That is why now, why they people are making movies like that, because they know that Indian
People are going to
such
see
things.
us.
If we Indian would deny watching them, so nobody is going to make movie. Like we have coming, means we are seeing right now in OTT platforms, we have much better content than the Bollywood
Movies.
So far, we were wasting our time watching such movies, wasting our money. But right now, we have such a beautiful content. Whether we talk about the TV, they makes beautiful content. We talk about the like Netflix or the kind of OTT platforms.
OTT.
You will means all kind of content is available. Whether it is to increase your knowledge, to empower you, whatever genre you. Any last question for? Do you addicted in movie?
I'm not addicted to movies, but yes, if there is a movie which I find really interesting, then I want to see it.
If you would like to tell us any one of your favorite movie, except Bollywood, so which movie would you like to recommend us?
I don't have any favorite movie, but recently, just this weekend, I saw the movie A Quiet Place. It had two parts. I saw it in Netflix, and I find it very interesting. It was about a creature who used to attack people when they make sound. So there was this family who was quiet, who was living there. So I find it interesting.
Thank you. Big
Okay.